Hi, this is Randy with Randy's Reviews, and today I am showing you and reviewing my 18 to 19-year-old Bunn VPR series coffee maker. It's a 12-cup pour-over coffee maker. Now this is, almost 2 decades old. However, they're made just the same. You can buy the same coffee maker today, which obviously says a lot. And really, I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about how I use it, maybe some problems that I've had with it, how I go about fixing those problems. It's a great coffee maker, but you've got to know how to use it. So a lot of people are used to a Mr. Coffee maker where you pour the water in, and that exact water that you pour in is the water that makes the coffee. So this is a reservoir system. So it's a little bit different. So you open this up, you pour in a pot of coffee, and then that water pushes the water in the reservoir through the machine to make the coffee. So here's your basket, and then it's going to make coffee here. And these switches, a lot of people get confused because they think these switches turn it on and off. They don't. All that these do is turn these burners on. And what essentially turns on the water is pouring it. That's the mechanism that starts the water coming through. And I've probably made 15,000 pots of coffee. It's pretty foolproof. What I would say though is maybe 4 or 5 times. I don't know what happened, but the reservoir gets off, and out of 15,000 pots of coffee, 4 or 5 times, it's made a little too much coffee, and maybe 2 or 3 cups comes out. But out of that many cups of coffee, that's really not bad. But some things to watch out for though, if you haven't used this in a week, maybe 2 weeks, the water inside the reservoir does evaporate, and it's best to keep this closed, but that'll help it not evaporate. But it's going to evaporate, 1, 2, 3, 4 days, not so much, but a week, 2 weeks, it will evaporate. And what happens is when you make that cup of coffee, or when you make that pot of coffee, you're going to be making like a half pot of coffee, and you're going to have the grinds in there for a full pot. It's going to be too strong. This happens at my church all the time. We have something very similar. They don't use this coffee maker during the week, and then when we go in to make the coffee, it's pretty strong because it's only 60% or so of the coffee. So one of the things you could do is, if it's been a week or two since you made any coffee, what I would recommend is pour a decanter of coffee or of water in here. Just leave this empty with no filter, and you're just going to make a half pot of water. And so you've just poured in a full decanter, so the reservoir is full now. Give it 2 or 3, 4 minutes because you'll hear it warming up. Then put your paper filter in, put in your coffee, pour in the water in the decanter, and then you'll have a good full pot of coffee. So that's one of the things. And this has been, amazing coffee maker. It's worked incredibly. The only thing I think that has broken is this used to be like a plastic little screen on top, and the screen about a year ago just started to kind of fall apart. But I never liked the plastic screen anyway. It kind of would splash back on here, and now that it's gone, it's easier to pour in. I can pour it in more quickly. So actually, it's an improvement. It's getting better after 20 years. But these Bunn has been around for 50, 60 years. The company, they've really got these machines down. Um, and what's funny though, aesthetically, I think this is a gorgeous machine. However, as you see, it's like in this little cubby in my house. My wife does not think it's very nice looking, so I have to hide it in here. But it's a great coffee maker, and I will have a link to Amazon if you're interested in purchasing it. It's typically about 420 to about $450. So it's not cheap, but considering this is 20 years later, it's going strong. I fully intend on using it for another at least 10 years, and so for your money and for the quality, I think it's a good coffee maker. And please like and subscribe to my channel and to this video. And good luck making some coffee.